The growing drama that has surrounded Diddy over the course of the past year has been both perplexing and illuminating. It has shed light on a number of issues and scandals that present a complicated picture of his dealings within the music industry. His once revealed status in the entertainment industry has been brought into question as a result of the several lawsuits that have been filed against him. Hello everyone, welcome back to Rumor Spill. These lawsuits have been led by charges made by a number of women, as well as a significant lawsuit brought by Rodney Jones, who is known professionally as Lil Rod. This story starts in the crowded hallways of the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, when, on a chilly day in February, a 73-page document was filed against Sean Combs, better known by his stage name, Diddy. The charges were made during a turbulent time that lasted from September 2022 to November 2023, and they painted a picture of a relationship that was blighted by abuse and exploitation. Jones, who had gone on a creative adventure with Diddy, co-writing songs for a project that held the potential for Grammy accolades, found himself ensnared in a web that was very, very different from the glamour that is generally associated with the music industry. Within the context of his role as producer for the Love album Off the Grid, Jones envisaged a collaborative venture that would be rich in creative expression and musical discovery. On the contrary, he was confronted with a reality that muddled the distinction between the responsibilities of his professional life and his own personal overreach. According to the allegations made in the lawsuit, the events that Diddy sponsored were not only occasions to celebrate creative accomplishments, rather, they were disguised as opportunities for wrongdoing, with both staff and attendees being subjected to inappropriate behavior. Jones's story is one of wasted personal time and professional compromise, since his participation in the project required him to make compromises that went beyond the confines of the studio. As the litigation progresses, allegations of coercion and documenting improper activities, such as the use of drugs and the handling of illegal weapons, emerge as dark undercurrents. Jones asserts that a substantial body of evidence, which consists of video footage, audio recordings, and photographic material, provides support for these assertions by demonstrating a way of life that is in contrast to the one that Diddy has established in the public eye. There are other charges of a more personal nature that are included in the case. Diddy is accused of using his influence to manipulate and control others. The document shows a pattern of behavior that raises serious questions about the power dynamics that are at play inside the entertainment industry. This pattern of behavior includes threats of violence as well as promises of fame and money. The scope of this narrative, on the other hand, goes beyond Jones' individual issues. It touches on a more general discussion concerning the obligations of those who are in positions of power and the vulnerabilities of individuals who are navigating the complex environment of the music industry. The narrative has been layered with additional layers as a result of the involvement of other celebrities and the public scrutiny that has followed. This has prompted the community to reflect on the ideals it promotes and the behaviors it condones.
This drama is serving as a critical assessment of the linkages between celebrity, power, and accountability as it continues to develop. The claims that have been made against Diddy, which are set against the glittering facade of the music industry, have prompted a re-evaluation of the procedures that are in place to protect those who find themselves in the orbit of important personalities.
Despite the fact that it succeeds in retaining the spirit of the material that was provided, this rephrased narrative is merely the beginning of a wider conversation. In the high-pressure world of music creation, it encourages readers to contemplate the complexity of fame as well as the ethical problems that accompany creative collaboration. In the wake of the lawsuit that was filed by Rodney Jones, the music industry finds itself at a crossroads. It is also confronted with the enormous challenge of reconciling the dazzling image that it displays with the darker realities that lurk behind the scenes. Jones's charges against Diddy are not merely a personal grudge, rather, they represent a mirror reflecting the structural faults that plague an industry that is predicated as much on power dynamics as it is on skill and innovation. Jones's time spent with Diddy, which was at first regarded as a perfect opportunity to climb within the music scene, quickly deteriorated into a struggle for autonomy and respect. Jones was privy to the disparity between the public persona of a music mogul and the private behaviors of a guy who wielded his power with little regard for the repercussions. Jones lived and worked closely with Diddy, so he was able to observe this dichotomy. The allegations made in the case that participants were coerced into participating in activities that raise questions shed light on a culture of compliance that is driven by the desire to achieve success and the fear of being punished. There is a concerning pattern of activity that has, according to the lawsuit, implicated other significant players in the music industry. This narrative of manipulation and control stretches beyond the bounds of Diddy's estate and touches on a pattern of behavior that has been found to be problematic. In the context of these charges, the mention of celebrities such as Cuba Gooding Jr., Meek Mill, and Usher reveals that there is a network of influence and intimidation that extends beyond the activities of individual people. This indicates that there is a widespread problem in the entertainment industry. It is becoming increasingly clear that the public's love for celebrity culture is being challenged by the harsh reality of exploitation and abuse as the contents of Jones's case become exposed. As a result of the claims that have been made against Diddy, a discussion has begun regarding the role of individuals in positions of authority to protect and elevate rather than to exploit and intimidate. A further amplification of this debate is provided by the voices of other industry insiders, such as Cat Williams and 50 Cent, who have utilized their platforms to shed light on the parts of fame and money that are sometimes disregarded. The response from Diddy's camp, which is typified by furious denials and legal rebuttals, seems to have little effect on the mounting demand for responsibility and openness. The ongoing legal battle is becoming a symbol of the larger struggle for dignity and respect in an industry that is infamous for its ability to mask the ugly truths behind a veneer of success. This struggle is taking place in the context of the lawsuit. The continuous conversation about power, privilege, and the protection of vulnerable persons within creative spaces has reached a turning point, and this particular time in the history of the entertainment industry is a very important turning point. Jones's bravery, along with that of others who have come forward with their experiences, is not just a plea for justice in their specific circumstances, but it is also a rallying cry for systemic change that provides a safer and more fair workplace for all those who contribute to the cultural landscape. As the story continues to develop, it becomes clear that the repercussions of the case filed against Diddy go well beyond the significance of the immediate legal outcomes. In doing so, they encourage the industry as a whole as well as those who observe it to contemplate the principles that form the foundation of the entertainment industry and to think about the legacy that will be passed down to subsequent generations. A cautionary tale about the costs of unrestrained influence and the significance of standing up for what is right in the face of hardship, the narrative of Diddy and Jones works as a cautionary tale because of the complicated interplay of power, ambition, and morality that it depicts. Subscribe Rumor Spill for more videos.